Welcome back, everybody. Before we get started, just here's a little housekeeping, quick business of what we've been up to and all the great stuff that we've got in store for you guys. We've been doing webinars on our Profits Up estimating. It's how you can make money. If you know how any landscaper can make a profit month after month. Yep. That one's been going over really well. We've got our next one coming up November
14th at 6 p.m. Central Time.
Yep. So if you're interested in learning how you can make a profit each and every month, get signed up for that one. Inside our Profits Up Inner Circle, that's where we're really helping landscapers get their business from where it is now to where they want it to go. Yep. And it's taking those actionable steps to actually get it done. Because a lot of people think about it and want to do stuff, but it's the getting it done part is that's a little bit of a hiccup. Yep. So it's just the opportunity for everybody to show up and be a business owner. Twice a month. We do trainings twice a month. So we've been working on that. We just wrapped up doing a sales system. Yep. And we're wrapping that up here soon with learning how to get paid.
Yeah. Because next
everybody
2 weeks.
Okay. What date?
Or actually, no, I think it'd be one week.
Well, you look up the date on your phone here while I talk about what it's going on. Because it's procedures on getting paid. Yes. Because everybody knows that sinking feeling of you open up your QuickBooks or whatever software where you're using, and you're looking at that and you're like, oh my, if these people would just pay their bills, if we could just freaking get paid for work that we have already done, then I could pay my bills. Then maybe I'd have a little cushioning in the bank. Everybody knows that feeling and everybody gets mad about it. And it's real easy to get all awkward and sweaty over, oh my gosh, I hate hassling people for money. I don't want to have to do this. And so what we really do is give you everything that you need to do everything that you can as an owner to not get to the point of where it's past due and you're sweaty and you have to have awkward conversations because nobody likes doing that.
No. And the cool part is we're giving you pretty much everything you need for this. It's an amazing, one of the members from our last training we did, the Inner Circle training, through the scripts and stuff we gave him, said we literally gave him a whole Bible and everything. It was one was 42 pages, another thing was 30.
Well, it's got everything you need in there. We talk about how to preemptively put wording in your contracts so you know when you're going to get paid, and that word so your butt's covered because that's already in there. It's got scripts to use for when you do have to have those awkward conversations. Anyway, I don't want to get too
it lays
deep.
It all out for you.
But it's all in there. So if you know what it's like to open up your accounting software and be like, oh dear Lord, please people pay your bills. Yeah. We've got the training for you. It's coming up
November 1st.
November 1st. Yep. So you've got time to hop in there before we've got that going on. And then in the next couple months, we're going to be talking about using CRM. Yep. CRM stands for...
Customer Relationship Manager.
There we go. I'm like, I know it's customer stuff, but keeping in contact with your customers, that's all real important, not only for onboarding of new customers, but retaining and keeping in contact with old customers. Yep. So we've got that coming up. So tons of good things coming up because these are the landscaping business tools that nobody tells you about when you start a landscaping business. Everyone's like, I'm a good landscaper. I like digging holes and having skid steers, and I'm going to start a business because plants are cool. That's all good and fine. But these are the business tools that you need to get your business from where it is now to that point to where you want to be.
To your point, we've been hearing more and more people saying, things are getting a little bit slower. It's a little bit harder to get those customers and stuff. These are those little things that if you are not doing, that's going to push those customers away because you're not getting back to them, or you're not responding to them, or you're not communicating with them.
We want to take a quick second to tell you about our friends over at Cycle CPA. I can't even express to you how important it is to have a good accountant on your side. You know you want accurate bookkeeping and financial statements every month. Instead, you're often left with limited time to focus on the accounting side of your business and no reports to show for it. At Cycle CPA, the landscaping accountants, they not only handle the bookkeeping, but also provide landscape industry benchmarking, job costing, financials by service line, advisory meetings, and much more. Cycle CPA has a team of landscaping accountants available to provide anything from bookkeeping to CFO services. Visit cyclecpa.com, and for $100 off, mention the $1 Million Landscaper podcast.
Easy Beezy's easy to use, easy to learn, affordable work order and time clock app with unlimited users included with every subscription. If you've ever struggled with the daily grind of keeping track of work orders, you have to check out Easy Beezy. Make and edit work orders anytime, anywhere you're working, at your desk, in your truck, on the job site, even on your couch. With EasyBeasy, you can easily copy work orders to use over and over, which is great for mowing and plowing. You can also keep track of employee timesheets, contact your customers, add notes, instructions, even pictures of your jobs. EasyBeasy works on Android and Apple devices or any tablet or computer. EasyBeasy also has a wide variety of reports so you can have all the info you need for billing right from your phone. Say goodbye to paying for extra users because everyone gets unlimited users on EasyBeasy. Try EasyBeasy for free for 30 days. Visit easybeasy.app/MDL to sign up. EasyBeasy is a simple work order and time clock app for mow crews, hardscape crews, and everything in between. Start saving time and money with EasyBeasy. Visit easybeasy.app/MDL to sign up today.
And on that point, our episode today is all about, go ahead, you can describe it because it's Scott experienced this.
Yeah. So this ties exactly what we're talking about today. And what I'm going to share with you is for the fire department I'm on, we are looking to have some epoxy floors done in like some living areas, a bathroom area, and some bedroom areas. So we have to have 3 different quotes to be able to turn this in to choose from.
A lot of time for government jobs, you have to get multiple quotes. That's just the rules.
So I reached out to 3 different contractors. Some were references, some were just looking up online. And, nobody's had any previous contact or any experience with any of these people.
Right. There's no nepotism going on. Nope. Like none of these people that you're getting a hold of are like somebody's uncle. Yep. It's not, I use this person at my house. These are all completely blind,
it was just
going
like,
in blind.
Hey, I heard this person did a good job. This company did a great job. I saw a sign along the road for one company. So anyhow, I reached out to all 3 different companies, and I've had 3 totally different experiences. And I think this is totally relatable to everything we teach landscapers and what landscapers are currently doing.
At some point, business is business. Yeah. Small business, small service business is small service business. Kind of, not always regardless of the service, but a little bit regardless of the service.
Yep. So I looked up everybody's website first off, just to kind of make sure they're legit, obviously. So I contacted one company, and they're very professional. The website looked very professional. I contacted them.
What do you mean by they were really professional? At this point in time, had you spoken with them, or just by looking at their website, you thought they were very professional?
So I looked at the website, then I called them up. I called every single one of these. I didn't fill any forms out. I contacted them on the phone. I was kind of curious how they responded. So I contacted the first company. I said their website looked very professional, looked really nice, looked like they did good work. So I contacted that company. It rang a few times. Somebody picked up. Somebody picked up and asked me, what I needed, whatever, and then they transferred me to the salesperson. So I spoke to that person. They gathered some information, took some questions, and then they, scheduled my appointment for the next couple of days, whatever it was. Mm-hmm. So it worked out. As soon as I got off the phone, I had already email in my inbox, and I also received a text saying that we have you scheduled for this date, this time. Right. Awesome. So I called the next person. The next person answered, and they said, hey, I'm out on a job right now. Can you call me back a little bit later? Or actually, no, I'm sorry. They said, I'm on a job. Can you text me? I will call you back a little bit later.
And what was your thoughts on that? How did you feel about that response?
So I'm like, I get it. Coming from the industry I come from. Okay, I get it. You're, busy.
Especially if you're new and starting out, and if you're the one that does the work and answers the phone, I don't think that's too crazy out of the ordinary
I'll share a little bit
situation.
more about that. So I said, okay, no problem. So I got off the phone. I text the person the address and what we're looking to have done, my name and everything like that. So after I got off the phone with them, I was talking to some of the other firefighters and just telling them, what had happened. They thought that was kind of weird. They didn't like that. They thought they should have set the appointment up right there.
Okay. But once again, these are firemen who aren't necessarily, haven't lived the life of trying to do all the things, of trying to do the work and answer the phones and do all the things.
So, but that to me was a relatable experience for as a customer. So if your customer has never dealt with that or not in this trades or anything like that, that is what's going through their heads is why didn't they just set the appointment right then and there?
Right. Where we're very understanding of it because we get it. what are the chances that your customers have worked in any kind of industry where they know that, oh yeah, if you're trying to do the work and answer the phones and all that this is how it's going to go. So I think that's a really good point, that your customers aren't going to realize that. They're not going to get it. They're just going to be like, oh God, you didn't set the appointment right away. This place sucks.
Yeah. So that same person, they ended up calling me that afternoon. Like they said, they contacted me, to ask me a few more questions and set out the appointment. And that was the end of it. The third person I called that same day, they didn't answer. I left a voicemail. They had a real nice voicemail.
Oh, the message.
The message, I should say. And, it sounded professional and everything. So I left a message. So it was like 2 days later, I finally received a phone call from the person that I left the message with.
Okay.
We did set up an appointment, and I set them all up for the same day.
Knock it all out.
Because I was going to be at the station that day. I'm like, I'm going to set them all up. So I set one up for the morning, one mid-morning, and one afternoon. That just kind of worked out. I'm like, okay. So the day comes of when we're having the actual in-person meeting. And the one person that I did contact that asked me to text them later on said they're going to.
The second person you contacted, the one that was like, hey, can you just text me the info? I'll get back to you.
They said, they'll text me in the morning just to make sure I'm still good to meet. I said, okay, no problem. I didn't hear anything. And it's like 9 o'clock or so. I'm like, I just want to check. So
what time was their appointment supposed to be?
So the first person was supposed to be 10 o'clock. That was a very professional company. It was supposed to be at 10 o'clock.
Yeah. But the person who said that they would text you that morning, what time was their appointment? It was supposed to be like 11 o'clock.
Okay. So I wasn't being pushy, but I'm like, I just want to know for myself because I had other things going on. So I text them like, hey, just confirming our appointment for today. So they replied back something along the lines of getting dressed, getting my coffee, and I'll be heading out. I'm like, okay, it's a little strange, but whatever. Again, I know the industry, sure. Now, again, this is 9 o'clock in the morning, but whatever.
Once again, but to me, that was a huge overshare. People just keep it professional. People don't need to know that you're still in your jammies and haven't had your coffee yet. That is, to me, that's a little bit too much information. Yeah. It needs to be more along the lines of just reply back, hey, yes, we're still on. I plan to be there at X time. Would have been a little more appropriate response.
So then the third person I contacted that I left a voicemail, they contacted me 2 days later. They actually called me and said, hey, have an opening a little bit early in the morning. I have to go run check a job. Would it be all right if I come early? I'm like, sure, no problem.
But they communicated it to you and didn't just show up early. So
correct.
To me, that's the key point there is they communicated it. You said it was okay. Cool.
So then the first person that I contacted, the one that I thought was very professional, had a nice website. They actually, through text, replied and said, hey, we're running late. Let's push it back. It was like a half hour. Okay, no big deal.
But once again, communication was made. Sometimes you're just running late. Stuff happens, but they communicated it.
Yep. The only thing, I mean, personally, just looking back, I appreciated the phone call versus the text.
Confirming the appointment or when they were going to be late.
Yeah, just to let me know. I think that to me is a little more professional when you call them up, but I get it because it's automated service.
And I think that's highly personal though, because I don't ever want anyone to call me. I would rather have a text. I never want anyone to call me. I want to do everything through text and email. Please don't call me. All right, sorry.
So that's
got
fine,
a little personal
but that's
there.
just me.
But to me, that's just different strokes for different folks. And
you're right.
That's the opportunity to maybe have that when you're onboarding a new, getting information for a new client. How do you prefer to be contacted?
It is, absolutely.
Email, text, send a pigeon, doesn't matter. Ask them how they prefer to be communicated with.
Absolutely. So, all right, so continue on. So the person that I text that morning, the one that seemed kind of weird, said they're in their pajamas, they actually showed up first. They text me that they're on their way, and they showed up first. So they got there, and they seemed to be courteous to me. They came up, shook my hand, and they went out and measured and just did the normal stuff. They measured and talked a little bit about their product. I shared something that I liked. They said they advised against it, which seemed, that was all fine.
But that's okay. That's what they're there for. They're the professional. You don't know about epoxy.
No,
that's
absolutely.
why you're hiring them to do it.
I brought up where another fire station had something that I thought looked nice. They said, no, here's reasons why. All good. No problem. So I took the measurements and, kind of went along the way and everything worked out fine. The second person came, the one that called me and said that they're coming.
The
they
one
got
who
done
had the
early.
nice website.
No, this is a third person. The one that called me and said, "Hey, I'm
Okay.
running. I'll be there a little bit early." So they showed up next.
Okay.
So they showed up, same thing, kind of went along the way. Found a couple different things that the first one didn't, which whatever, it's not a big deal. Like they actually dug into the flooring and found there's extra tile down there that we didn't know was there. Said, it's going to be a little bit longer to remove this, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool.
But that's good though, because I mean, that just prevents a problem because that other person didn't find that. So that's when you get into those situations where it's like, oh crap, I didn't know this was here. And then that's going to cause problems with your contract. We don't have to get down that rabbit hole. But the fact that they went and did that little bit of extra digging, maybe they've done this a few times. Maybe they know what they're doing.
That's exactly what I thought.
Yeah.
So then the third person showed up, the one that I thought was very professional, sent me the text reminders and all that great stuff. They showed up, and whatever time, I think they said it was supposed to be there, 10:30, whatever it was. So they sat out in the parking lot for a bit, and the car was all labeled and everything, looked good.
Maybe they needed to just get their thoughts and their papers together.
No big deal. We sat in the station, and then they back up their car. They did a circle around the parking lot, just right in the front, and pulled right back in the same spot. I'm like, that's kind of weird. Now, mind you, the garage doors are up. We're standing there. I waved to them.
They can
I stayed back.
They know you can see them. Okay.
So
whatever.
Like, okay,
right.
that's kind of weird. But so then, when they parked, I walked back up to them because they had kind of tinted windows I couldn't see in. Make sure when I waved, make sure they. So I'm like, hey, just checking. You're here for
Everything
the appointment.
Good? Yeah.
He's like, yeah. So anyhow, they came in. Now this person, they acted much more professional. They didn't dress professional. They looked like the guy just came from the gym, but again, whatever. Thought that was kind of interesting.
From the gym? Did you say the gym, not a job? Okay.
No, gym. Looked like came from the gym.
But you could have just whatever. You could have thrown something else on if you're coming from the
whatever.
gym. But okay,
that's fine. So yeah, they came in. They, he talked about the product a little bit more. Again, I kind of shared some of the things. I kind of wanted to find out what they felt about that other product that I was thinking of based on another department.
Just get another opinion. Mm-hmm.
They all said the same thing. They recommend a similar type of product because this is X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Now this one, he did recommend because there's baseboard along the bottom covering up for the old flooring. He's like, well, to do it right, we need to remove this and put up new stuff,
Okay.
Which I thought was good because I thought about that too, but none of the other people recommended that.
Okay.
He also did find the tile that was down there
multiple layers
too.
of flooring,
so,
yeah.
Again, I thought that was really good. So they all kind of did their thing, went along their way. Now, the person that showed up first, the one that was not very professional,
has already been a little bit unprofessional on the phone. Maybe shared a little bit of TMI on the phone.
So they sent their quote back that afternoon. It came to me in a Word document, which I thought was a little strange.
Well,
because I can go in there and edit it if I really wanted to and sign it and be whatever.
The point here is please don't send people Word documents for your contracts. They can get in there, they can edit it, they can change things. Make sure you convert those to a PDF.
Yes, and I know you can still edit PDFs, but
it
didn't open properly.
Not as easy.
And it was just kind of cumbersome. So I guess going back a little bit, when I talked to everybody, I said I needed 3 different prices. I needed a price for the kitchen area, I needed a price for the bathrooms, and I needed a price for the bedrooms, essentially.
Set three separate quotes. Do not lump them.
And I said, if you want to give me a quote, if you think it'll be cheaper overall, you can give me one lump sum quote. That is fine. Because I understand if you have to make multiple trips, if we did the kitchen this month and then come back another month and do the bathrooms, it might be more because there's more travel charges or whatever. So I said, at the very least, I need 3 quotes.
Wait, I'm confused because you just said they want to give you 1 lump, but you need 3.
I said I needed at least 3 quotes. If you think it'll be cheaper to quote it all in one price, like they come do the whole project now and it's cheaper, give me that quote as well.
So you want 3 individual quotes plus 1 that's a lump. So you wanted 4 quotes? Is that what you're saying? And the 4th one was optional. The lumping it all together was optional.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure I'm understanding here.
So again, that person came, they submitted me the quote that afternoon in a Word document, but they gave it to me in 1 lump sum.
Well, I'm just poking and I'm playing devil's advocate here because you just confused me on what you said.
But
so
they wrote
I
it
don't,
down.
I don't know if she understood what you said.
Well, no. So I text her back because she sent me a text saying, hey, I'm sending this over. So I text her back. I'm like, hey, could you give me the 3 separate quotes? Her response back was, oh, crap, you did say that.
Okay, here's another flag on the professionalism. Even if you're thinking, oh, crap, you did say that, all you have to do is apologize and be like, that is my mistake. I do recall you saying that. I'll get that to you as soon as I can.
So they sent the updated quote, and they responded back something along the lines of, I should have kept it in front of me, but something along the lines of, glad I sent that or redid that because the price wasn't right the first time.
Okay, so now you have not only sent it wrong, you admitted that you sent the wrong price?
Now, granted, it was cheaper the second. If you added all 3 of those up, it was cheaper than what she initially gave me, which is good. But it was kind of weird.
This is already, to me, as people that know business, this is like flag.
Yes.
So I would assume even if you don't know business, this is like red flag. This is flags on the play.
Yeah, so I'm like, all right, this person, now I'm questioning everything they've done so far because they said, oh, crap, the way they responded to me. Oh, and the other thing I forgot to add in there. So they sent me the quote. I'm sorry, before they sent me the quote, I sent them a text because they're the first person out. They did not acknowledge that there was a second set of tile floors that, the other
That's
people
right.
said.
It was this 2 that came after that noticed that. So you,
So
did you let
I
her
was like
know?
being nice. I'm like, hey, just to give you a heads up. Some other people were out here. They found that there was another set of tile, just to give you a heads up. Their reply back was UGH, UGH. That's what the text I got back.
Okay.
I'm like,
now, once again, this is just, even if you're thinking UGH, please don't respond back with UGH.
Yes. So it was like, and that, to me, that would have been fine if like I knew the person. I have no experience with them. To me, you should be acting professional. And this was not
just not how you do things.
So then my mind starts going, and not just mine, I guess it was other firefighters too, because I discussed this with them. They already pushed that person out like, we don't want to recommend them because of all the responses, what they forgot, what they didn't do. So to me, now this person's out.
Well, because when you hire somebody to do a pretty big job like this, it's a big enough job that it required 3 different quotes and might have to be done in phases. You're entering into a relationship with this person. This is not a one night stand. This is you're going to be seeing this person if they're going to be doing a bunch of work. So you want to be careful who you're getting in with.
The quote was almost $20,000 for this project. So I mean, comparatively in landscaping, it might not be that big of a project to some of you. Some of it might be good size, but whatever. That's around what we're talking. So to me, $20,000, you should be acting professional.
I think you should be acting professionally all the time.
Well, yes.
But especially when you get into multiple thousands of dollars. That is a large chunk of change.
Yeah. So, like I said, that person, they sent that to me that afternoon which I thought was great. Now, the weekend went by. Now Tuesday, so it was almost 7 days now since those people were all out there.
So you haven't received any correspondence back from the other 2,
Nope.
And it's been a week.
Yep, I think it was like 6 days. The one person called me and said, "Hey, I've got your quote done, and I'll send that over to you shortly." Okay, cool, great. And he's like, "If you have any questions, we'll go over it." And that was pretty much the end of the conversation.
Okay.
So I got off the phone. I still have not received the quote from them.
And how long has it been?
Since they've called me now, it's been 3 days.
So we're already up to like 9 days.
Yes.
And they said that they were going to send it and have it done. So now I'm starting to get annoyed.
Yes. Now that was the company that was very professional. Look, the website I said, and very, sent me all the text. I still have not yet received anything
crickets,
from them.
not one dang thing.
Yes. So now I'm like, are these people interested? Are they not interested? So I'm starting to question things here,
because that's a long time for no correspondence.
Correct.
Even if you're busy and you know that you're not going to get back to people for like a week or 2, if that's not communicated, then you're leaving people hanging. Like Scott said, do they want the job? Do they not want the job? Are they not interested? Did they lose it? Did it get stuck under a coffee mug and somebody threw it in the garbage? I don't know.
Yeah, so it just brings up a lot of questions, and now I'm like, well, they can't respond to me. Do I want to hire these people? So now I'm actually looking at calling somebody else out to give me a quote, because 1 was very unprofessional, but they did give me the quote. 2 that I thought were better, just from visually talking, or websites.
They might look a little better,
but I haven't received anything from them. So
This is why we get so, like, our knickers in a twist about having, like, this is why we're doing these sales procedures in Profits Up Inner Circle. Because these are the little tiny things that are going to make a difference. Yep. And we get all worked up about them because to me, it's not just landscaping. Too many business owners are like, well, I do good work. And once I finally get there, the job is, I'm going to do a good job. You know you do a good job, but the people that are hiring you don't necessarily know that. So how you present yourself matters.
Absolutely.
The actions that you take or don't take matter.
Mm-hmm. So that's where we're at so far in this process. I'll let you guys know of an update when I hear some more or if I get some other contractors out there. But to me, this is a relatable story to everyone out there. You, like Katie said, communication is utmost importance. And
that's one of those things that, once again, when you're starting a landscaping business, you're probably not like, oh man, I'm really going to have to be on top of things in my communication skills. Nobody thinks about that.
Nope.
They just think I need to be a good landscaper. I need to do a good job. These are these little things that become flags on the play that your customers notice. They notice if you're communicating or not. They notice these things.
And like we've talked about in the past, when you're out there talking to the customer about something, this is your opportunity for one to make a good impression on them. They're seeing you for the first time. You want to do your best. You want to be as professional as possible, but you also want to be excited about it and act excited about this, whatever you're doing for them. So this case is flooring. You need to be excited about it. I love this project. I love doing this stuff or whatever.
At least be pleasant. Don't be not genuine. Like, don't have to be overly fake, but at least put some effort into it. Try.
I'm not the most exciting person.
You're not. Well, and my face always looks mad. People always think I'm mad. I'm like, I'm not mad. It's just my face. But I try to make my face not look mad.
When I'm out there selling water features, I get excited and they can sense that. They can feel that. They can hear it in the tone of voice. When I'm doing we make a waterfall here and the stream's going this way or whatever, they get excited about that. And that's the time when you can close that sale or do your best. And I understand sometimes you have to go back and do designs, but you get them pumped up. You need to communicate to keep that message pumped up, keep them excited about that, because the further this goes along, the less excited they're getting to be about it. And they may not go with it at that time because their emotions are not as high, or they don't need it, or they thought about it longer. So again, communication is so important in all aspects. And this is why we do this, like Katie said, this in the inner circle. This is all the stuff that we laid out. We have given them, everybody that's in our circle has gotten multiple different books on scripts and text messages and all the stuff that you can put in your system. So if you're using something, some kind of automated messaging thing that sends out hey, we're coming out, like that person did, you can incorporate these messages in there. You can incorporate these emails to educate them and stuff. So it's important to look at your process through your customer's eyes. See how they are receiving you, how they're talking, how you're speaking to them, because it goes a long way. And this to me, this is a very good example. And I was just I was eating this up as I was watching them do this, because I'm like, this is exactly what landscapers do or don't do. And I think you need to really look at it. Like I said, look at it from your customer's eyes and look what you can change and start implementing it right away. It'll make a big difference. I guarantee it.
Yeah, especially now, people are saying work is slowing down.
Yes.
They're not getting the phone's not ringing as much. They're not getting as many calls, not as many prospects, and so you want to hang on to those ones and get the jobs that are calling.
Yep. And
this is where you can kind of separate the ones that know what they're doing from somebody who's just out there slapping it and throwing it together. Just be like, whatever, see what happens. This is why it's more important in these economic times to have a level of professionalism, to act like you are a business owner, not just like somebody who happens to own a business.
Well, the more you're responding to me as a customer or as a client, or not as a client, as a
what are you trying to say here?
A contractor.
Okay, there we go. Okay.
The more you're communicating with me, the more I'm seeing that you are interested in getting this project. Those people that did not get back to me, now I'm like, they not even want to do this. That's the
nobody wants to be ignored. And this is for the fire station.
Yeah.
So imagine if it was your $20,000 that was coming out of your pocket that you're spending. Those people, for them, maybe that they've saved up a very long time to spend this money, and so they want to feel like they're a part of the process, that you matter to them, that their business matters to you.
Well, you're building this relationship with this customer, and this is some things you just have to do. You have to communicate.
It's people skills that, once again, you didn't even know you were going to need to have these skills when you started your business, but you do.
Yeah. So if you're interested in learning more about this stuff, get in the Profits Up Inner Circle. This is stuff that we teach. This is the things that most programs out there that I don't even think are teaching these types of things and giving you this stuff. So
we're filling all those gaps.
Yep.
That stuff that's not in there. That this isn't in the, when you're like Googling, I want to start landscaping business. These are the things that aren't coming up.
Yeah. So definitely go check out the Inner Circle. Get in there. It's an affordable program. It's a month-to-month program. It's $149 a month.
Yeah.
You're going to get all this amazing stuff.
You're not going to take your business from where it is now to where you want it to be by doing things the same way that you're doing them now. You have to take different actions to get different results. We've got the different actions, and we've got time set aside to help you work on taking those different actions.
So take this information that we've given you today, learn from it. Again, look at it from the eyes of your customer and apply it to your business.
Absolutely.
If you're interested in learning more about estimating, we do have the workshop coming up on November 14th at 6 p.m. We'll have all the links in the comments section, the description. Go check that out. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us today, and have a great day.